Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chandra from the Urban Flight Foundation. I'm bringing another candidate to you to share why you should vote for them and understand. So today I have Tom Speciality, I'm sorry, who
Right.
well, Speciality because you might be different, so to bring you why you should vote for him and why is he different. And so thank you so much for tuning in and with me today.
No, I appreciate it. I think, what we were talking about right before,
Mhm.
before we went live or we started recording, it's so important that people become informed about what we're voting on. I think
Yes.
that so many people show up, and I've talked to people all over. They don't know that the Senate is a statewide race. A lot of times they think that it's locality based, and they don't know that the federal Senate for Virginia is like we're for the whole state.
Yeah.
Um, and Virginia is made up of different communities all throughout the state. I mean, it's not. We're probably as diverse as any. I mean, I just can't get over how diverse Virginia is. It's not just Nova, and it's not
Yep.
just rural Virginia. It's not, it's not, academia and the military, and it's farmers, and I mean, it's just every walk of life is in Virginia, and it's just been a wonderful experience getting around Virginia over these last several months. What makes me different? Well, there are three candidates in the primary. Two of us are veterans. One of us is a middle school teacher. I think she teaches middle school. Um, what makes us different is that I'm the one with the national security credentials. I've actually worked in the national security community for the last 10 years. So not only am I a veteran, I've worked in the intelligence community for 10 years. So I have zero spin up time when it comes to knowing what's going on in the world. I've literally been reading the Joint Chiefs of Staff slides almost every single day for 10 years. So I know what the Chinese are doing and the Venezuelans are doing and the Russians are doing. And, I know what they're all doing because I've lived in the community for the last 10 years. And in no way meant as a disparagement, you know, I wasn't just sitting in a classroom for the last 10 years. And again, that's not a disparagement because I was a kindergarten teacher for one day and those kids beat me down. Okay. I'm telling you, like, I would rather fight the Taliban than fight the kindergartners. Okay. The kindergartners whooped my butt in like literally in under 12 hours. I was completely decimated. Okay. All resources expended. I was done. Okay. So, I think I'm the most prepared to beat Mark Warner. And to beat Mark Warner is going to take somebody with some national security credentials. But there's some other things about me that a lot of people. I wrote my autobiography. It's called Faith, Family, and Fortitude, and it's the story of my life, which is a story of faith, a story of my family, and a story about being resilient, about not taking no for an answer, kind of even on yourself. Sometimes you make mistakes in your own life, and you've got to kind of get up, stand up, dust yourself off, and you got to keep trudging along and that's the resiliency I think that's missing in a lot of ways in our country today, is that um, you come up against things in your life. Some things are self-imposed. My mom had a saying. She said, we forge the links in the chains that bind us. Like links, like you're carrying them on your back. You're carrying these chains on your back, and some chains you forge yourself. You
Yeah.
make a mistake, you get in trouble with the law, or you don't do well, you don't graduate from high school. That's like a chain you forge yourself. And
Mhm.
then there's other ones where you get divorced because you got a bad spouse and they turn out to be kind of a bad person, and you end up getting divorced, and then you got all these chains.
Yep.
And those chains are forged around you, kind of. But fortitude is about individual resiliency.
Mhm.
It's about a kind of an unwillingness to give up on yourself.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of times what's missing is people give up on themselves. They kind of see the deck is stacked against them, and they kind of quit trying. And I think that you only lose when you quit. As long as you keep fighting, you never really lose. You just may not ever achieve everything you wanted, but you're going to achieve a lot more by not giving up on yourself. And whole life that's been my whole life story, is about not giving up on myself. And today, I made some mistakes when I was a kid. I made some dumb mistakes when I was a kid. but today I have the highest security clearance you can get in the U.S. government, and I've participated in writing the war plans to defend our country. So you can overcome those obstacles if you just refuse to quit on yourself.
And that's the thing.
That's what makes me different.
And see, people need to understand they have to keep showing up for themselves, because without that, if you don't put the work into you, no one else is going to do it. So that's a different thing,
Right.
So I'm very happy. Like, you wrote your book. You actually, I used to work for DOD, so I understand about the security clearance. So that is an accomplishment, because I've only seen a small amount of people achieve that highest level, and it's
Right.
not a lot of people get that. There are
Right.
people now who are walking around Washington who will never get that. So I understand that, and that's a great congratulations.
And it's not, and it wasn't because I did anything special.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because I didn't, like you said. How did you say it? I loved how you said it. How did you say it about yourself? You said, what is it?
Showing
up for yourself. Oh my God, that's genius. I love that. Showing up for yourself. That is a perfect way. That is a perfect way of saying it. That's that believing in yourself, seeing yourself, visualizing yourself being successful, showing up for yourself. I love that. And that's really all I did. It's not some great accomplishment. It's just that I never stopped showing up for myself. And so, yeah, I think that's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly it.
You're running for office, and a lot of people don't have they're not really confident enough to do that. But because you have a vision and you want it to be seen, you running for office. Everybody has the right to run for office. Like, this is not attainable, and I think that everybody's like, "Oh, I could never." What did you do? You put a plan in place and you executed it, and that's why I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
So, listen, not a lot of people have the guts to run for public office, but you want to serve people and you want to make sure. So that service within itself, or that wanting to serve others who you don't even know, but you want to bring something to them and you have a vision for them, that right there is a prime example of, the difference between, just running for office just because, and then actually running for office with a plan in place. So
and I the way I look at this is I do believe that I was looking around at all these other politicians, and even my other primary opponents. If you listen to what they're saying, it's all about them. They never say, they never say this is about you and your kids and your grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not running. I've already achieved way more than I ever thought I was going to achieve in my life. Right? I'm not doing this for me. I don't feel like I'm doing this for me. I feel like I have to do it because the current politicians we have, even in the Republican Party, okay, they don't have they don't have your interest at heart. They don't have your interest at heart. It's about them. It's about what they've done. I made my campaign about what I'm going to do for everybody. And it's, you'll hear the talking points, it's small government. Oh, we're going to cut the debt. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do those things. That's like a no-brainer for me. Okay. What are we going to do? Yeah. What are we going to do about education? Our education system's a mess. What are we going to do about, the American dream? I think that the American dream is broken right now for many communities in America. That's what I think these protests and stuff are about is people feel like the American dream can't be achieved for them.
Correct.
And I want everybody to have the American dream again. Mm-hmm. And, so I feel like I'm fighting for the spirit of America. I feel like I'm fighting for our liberty so that everybody can have that freedom of opportunity that we all want everybody to have. But too many of these politicians, it's about their paycheck and about the residual benefits they're going to get. It's not about the people.
And I love that. And I love the fact that you sign off your emails with your servant. That within itself shows where your mindset is for your campaign. So, like, if anyone's watching, I know I'm gonna cycle this video, and so that people understand, like, consider your choices. Listen to what each candidate says, but listen to actually the words that they're telling you. Listen to what their plan is and listen to why they're running. And Tom, you've made your point, and I think that voters on the 23rd are going to be able to make a better informed choice, and they're going to have the options that are needed. And I really do, like, I can't thank you enough for
No, thank
speaking
you,
with me today,
because
because
what you're doing is just an invaluable service to your community, that you're helping them get information, because it's so hard today to get firsthand account information directly from people. So what you're doing is just an amazing service to your community, and I appreciate you.
thank you so much. So I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. We have a couple more days to end it.
Thank you.
So we will talk again, because you
You
never
can
know.
you can you can see all kinds of videos about me on my YouTube channel, Thomas Speciale. You can find my website, thomasspeciale.com, and you can find me on Facebook at Speciale, SPECIALE, number four VA. And everything about me and my campaign is out there for you. I love everybody, and I want everybody to have the same.
Exactly. I
That's what
think
I want.
that's what people really need to understand. Like, when you're able to say that and show that, that means a lot. So thank you so much, and I will, because I'm gonna get these up as soon as possible,
Okay, thank you.
so that we can, get, because I'm working the polls, so I want to make sure that people are informed. So thank you so much, and you have a great afternoon.
You too, dear.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye bye.